a very, very well-known piece played by pretty much every guitarist. Every classical guitarist who studies the instrument has to pass through this piece. It's very, very important, very famous. I know this arrangement, and I'm not sure on a few things on the arrangement, but we'll get to that in a second. I kind of wanted to talk a little bit more about your playing specifically. Spend more time on that. The first thing that strikes me is the piece is kind of the same rhythm throughout, right? Mm-hmm. It's always this triplet, and we often in music from this time and this style, there's a lot of flexibility with rhythm. It was kind of part of the style and the character of the music to take liberties, to be free and expressive with rhythm, especially when it's the same rhythm. Because we live in a world now that's, very digital and a world of computers, and everything is kind of very precise, very sharp right angles on everything. And it seems that everything has to be kind of correct. Everything has to be kind of exact and, we say precise because precise means to be able to, precision refers to the ability to reproduce something the same. So we can produce the same thing over and over again the same way, sort of thing. This really isn't in the spirit of the music, because there's there's kind of three things happening, right? You have this one bass line, right? It kind of moves through these chords, it gives you shape with the harmony, right? Mm-hmm. Different chords, and then we have this harmony, this accompaniment figure in the middle that's kind of always there, and it moves up and down a little bit, but it's kind of always the same thing, right? Dada, 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 and it's always kind of filling out the space and filling out the texture and helping or assisting the melody, and the melody swoops up and down, up the fretboard. You go from the bottom of the fretboard to the top of the fretboard. You go down and you have changes. So this motion in different directions means also that it can, with rhythm, can be affected in the same way. I'll get a little bit into that later. That's one thing I wanted to talk about. With your playing specifically, I feel that, you have the motion in your right hand. You look like you're playing kind of like this, right? And you are going through the motion here, right? What I notice is that this is always where it is. Okay. And it's always about right there, right? So you always get this sound, which is a good sound, right? But this means, changing the sound means having to move a muscle too. I know when we perform, we kind of are always thinking about how to, perform at our best, right? We want to make sure that we're playing the notes the right way and making sure that we're playing the best for ourselves and for the audience and for the music. But there's two big things in this piece. Is that one section is one key signature, and the other section is another key signature, right? Which means different keys and it's different. This is in this key, right? We know it's different. There's something else going on, right? All we need to know is this first note, as opposed to listen to a lot of classical music?
A little bit.
Okay.
Not too much.
One person that does this, and I highly recommend you listen to him. He's one of my favorites. He's a guy by the name of. Where's everyone knows him? His name is Franz Schubert. And he was notorious. He's well known for his contrasts of the major and the minor. You hear it everywhere in his music. He always has these sort of big changes of sectional, and the way the major feels and the way the minor feels is noticeable. You can, because this is one sound. What is this sound? What emotion is this key? What does it make you feel?
Saying that's nice wouldn't.
Sad. Okay, I can go with sad. Sure, absolutely. So then, what is? What more happy? How about? Do you know what nostalgia means? The word. Okay. I think it's a Greek word, but I have to check. It kind of means a longing for the past, kind of a pain for something that once was and knows it no longer is. I feel that when you have a major key like that, it's happy. It makes you feel good, but it has almost like I wish that it was still that way. Maybe. Makes you want to. You think it's happy is good. It's good. It's a good answer. Maybe I would suggest that we think more of nostalgia here, and I'm kind of coming from Schubert on that one, kind of thinking of his music in that way. But also that different emotions mean different colors, right? So you can have this sound. This it doesn't have the same as, for example, I often think people always laugh at me when I do this, but it just makes perfect sense. Is that if you think of how you would vocalize or speak or sing something, this sound is which is a very good sound. It's very good to have. But you need other colors. That's one thing. How about we get you to play this through? Let's start again.
From the beginning.
Yeah. Okay. So, where does the piece start?
Pick up notes.
Yes, but what is it? What are the notes?
F, sharp, and G.
Right, but what does it mean? Like, what is that in the piece?
It's like.
Yeah, but what is it? Well, what's the significance? What are the notes referring to? What are they?
How it starts out.
Yes. What I was thinking
if
is.
you start at
So if we started on the bass note, where would we start? With the bass. So what are we starting with? The melody. It's the melody. The melody starts the piece. Sometimes you start a piece with nothing. Sometimes a piece starts. In this piece, for example, we could start. We're starting different, right? It's starting. So here, we start. What do we do with melodies? We sing them. So start. Da, da, dee. So how about? Also gets rid of this change here. They don't talk about that.
The sliding?
Yeah, I don't like it. I understand why people think it's a good idea, but I don't think it's a good idea. How about this? Here's my suggestion to you. Add another note, 5th fret, 2nd string, E. It's right there, right? So we're going to do 1, 3, 4, 3. That's probably what I would do.
All that to avoid the slide?
You have to move it. You have to do more motion than you need to do. Yeah, it's right there. Now, be really careful. Listen to this. Play. Do. What did you hear? What does he do differently?
It was like cleaner.
Why is it cleaner?
Like each note is separated, and
Is it separated?
like
Try it. Here again. Right. Da 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 dee. Would you sing da 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 dee? Or would you sing da 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 dee? So what I would do here, you have 3, 4, move your 3rd finger up to this, there. So don't roll it, actually plant it, play on the fingertip. From there, so can you do this? Just do that for me, those 2 notes. There you go. There you go. Okay. Yeah, and now good. That's good. You did what I asked. Just go there to that far.
That's how I should start off.
Yes. Because you have to play those notes after, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So try that. Take it slow. As slow as you need.
It's so awkward. It says the 4th finger.
It says it, but why does it say that?
Because you were supposed to slide.
Yeah, but we're not sliding anymore, are we? It just says the finger. It doesn't actually refer to a glissando. There's no written glissando. It's just written on the fingering there. Yeah,
It's a slide.
there's a little mark there, but that doesn't. That actually could mean what's guide finger? We call it. I'm saying just to connect those notes. There. So da 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 dee. Now, just for the sake of what we're working on, try to play with a different color.
Like,
Now move it. Move your hand. color. I wonder if we could, because really the most powerful part of the guitar is right about here. Can you take your left hand off? Like, listen to that. Tell me what's louder, this or this? Second one. This is the most powerful part of the guitar, usually. Right above the rosette. The edge of the sound hole. So try there. Maybe just a little over the sound hole. Try that. It's quite a nice sound, yeah? Yeah. So now I'm gonna a couple more things.